Hey, good people, how you doing? It's been a minute, but tell you what, better late than never. This is episode 46 of 254 Rugby. You're here for all the rugby drama, the stories and action from the National Sevens circuit and beyond. This past weekend, wow, man, the Embu Sevens threw up fireworks, the Kabeberi Sevens pools are overflowing, and the Rugby Championship served up results that we are still picking up our jaws off the floor for. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. And immediately we start with the National Sevens circuit, the men's National Sevens circuit for that matter. The fourth round, the Embu Sevens at the Njukiri Showground in Embu. And let me tell you, Maina, Strathmore Leos on fire. They stunned KCB 31-21 in the cup final. Yup, you heard that right. You see, they blasted off to a 24-0 lead. 24-0. And then just when you thought they had hit the, keeping it in the bag, KCB responded with 3 converted tries to bring the scores back to 24-21. Manze, talk about tension. The Leos, though, they had the final say, another converted try, and they lifted the cup title. Absolute scenes, I must tell you. Now, what does this mean for the National Sevens circuit standings? This is what it means. KCB are still top on 82 points, having been in all 4 cup finals so far. Strathmore Leos have been in 3 cup finals, and now both teams have 2 titles each. It's interesting to note that Strathmore Leos wins in cup finals have both been against KCB. The Leos are on 80 points, and I must tell you, it's a 2-horse race between these two for the National Sevens Circuit title, with 2 rounds still to come. The Menengai Oilers round off the top 3 on 67 points, while defending circuit champions Kenya Harlequin are 4th and out of the running to defend their title, while Kabras Sugar are in 5th position. Now, this is what's going to happen. There is a break in the National Sevens circuit this coming weekend. And there is, after that, 2 more rounds of action still to play in Nairobi and Kisumu. There will be the Dala Sevens, which will be the season finale, the second weekend of September. But before that, there will be the George Mwangi Memorial Sevens, the George Mwangi Kabeberi Memorial Sevens in Nairobi. And the big question is between Strathmore and KCB, who will blink first? Remember, KCB are chasing a record 5th title. That 5th title in the National Sevens Circuit will see them become the National Sevens Circuit's most successful team since its inception in 1999. While the Strathmore Leos, man, they are hunting for their first title since 2009. Manze, that is 16 years ago. Now, we've talked about the men's competition, but there's also been action in the women's rugby sevens. And Mwamba's women, I must tell you, they are dominant. They have been unstoppable. They've won 3 rounds of the National Sevens Circuit. They've won the cup final at the Prince Louis Sevens in Nakuru, the Christie Sevens in Nairobi, and now the Embu Sevens. Mwamba definitely are the team to beat in the women's competition. They're looking like champions-elect heading into the Kabeberi Sevens. I don't think anybody will stop them. They have just been in a class of their own. Now, before we move on from Embu, let's talk about the dream teams, men and women. And I know this is a controversial talking point. We will start, first of all, with the women's dream teams from Embu. Just pulling up that image on your screen right now. And here we go. The women's dream team from Embu. Coming up on your screens now. There we go. Diana Mideva from Suburbs, Diana Omoso from Mwamba, Florence Akinyi from Racket, Edith Nariaka of Mwamba, Lucy Kemuma of Racket, Naomi Amuguni, the veteran from Mwamba, and Merisha Negeya from the Northern Suburbs. That's what the women's dream team, as selected by 254 Rugby, looks from the Embu Sevens. And there's been a lot of talk about the men's dream team. But everybody has got different opinions, and we came up with our own dream team from the Embu Sevens. Elicited a lot of reactions online, but hey, this is how we saw it and thought we should share it with you. Remember, this is our unofficial dream team. You too can get into the comments and share your unofficial dream team from Embu and from the subsequent legs of the National Sevens circuit coming up in Nairobi and Kisumu over the next 3 weeks. Anyway, here we go. Clinton Amukwachi from Daystar. Barnabas Owor, he has been an ever-present in our dream teams from day one. The Strathmore Leos man once again making it to our dream team. Felix Okoth from Nakuru, Venon Kaburu from Masinde Muliro, Arnold Muita, Nigel Amaitsa and Victor Odhiambo from Strathmore rounding off the dream team. Of course, there have been honorable mentions for players like Samuel Asati, Floyd Wabwire, and Gabriel Ayimba, other players who caught the eye. But, at the end of the day, this was our selection. You too can share a selection, and that is how we saw it at the Embu Sevens. Now, what can we say about Embu? I must say that Strathmore, well, they were clinical in that cup final. KCB almost nicked it in the bag. Mwamba, well, they are ruthless, and that is what we will be taking home from the Embu Sevens. Now, the pools for the Kabeberi Sevens, the 5th round of the National Sevens circuit, are out, and again, we will be sharing them briefly. And this is the penultimate leg of the 2025 National Sevens circuit. And these are the men's pools coming up on your screen. There we go. In Pool A, we have KCB Rugby, Nakuru RFC, Mean Machine, and Mombasa. KCB want to show they're still kings, but Nakuru, I feel, will be their biggest opposition in the pool. I think it's between those two teams in making it out to the Cup quarterfinals on Sunday. Pool B is quite interesting. We have Strathmore Leos, fresh from that victory in Embu at the Embu Sevens. They are up against Kenya Harlequin, Mwamba, and Impala. It's interesting to note that all the three teams, with the exception of Strathmore Leos, have also been to the Cup quarterfinals. But it is the Leos who have been, like we said earlier, in 3 Cup finals, and they know what Kabeberi means. They will be looking to make it out to the Cup competition and keep the fire burning against KCB. Remember, only 2 points separating the Leos from KCB in the overall National Sevens circuit standings. I think Kenya Harlequin looking good to make it through to the Cup quarters from this pool. Mwamba, the hosts, and Impala, well, they are the dark horses in the pool. It will be interesting to watch how that goes. Pool C has Masinde Muliro, Daystar Falcons, Catholic University Monks, and Homeboys RFC. Obviously, this is a pool full of teams from the universities in Masinde Muliro, Daystar, and Catholic Monks, and then Homeboys qualified after winning the Division 2 competition in Embu. Well, man, this pool is open because between Daystar, Masinde Muliro, and Catholic Monks, they have all been in Cup quarterfinals. They are all teams that are plucky, and it is open. We will see how this one goes. My picks for the teams making it to the Cup quarters from this pool: Daystar Falcons and the Catholic Monks. But I won't be surprised if Masinde Muliro prove to be a hard nut to crack and disappoint either the Daystar Falcons or the Catholic Monks. Homeboys, I think they've done well to qualify for the top tier competition at the Kabeberi Sevens, but I think that's about it for them. Now let's head into Pool D, where we have Menengai Oilers, Kabras Sugar, Embu RFC, and Kisumu. I mean, without a doubt in this pool, it is Oilers and Kabras who are the favorites to make it through to the Cup quarters. These pools obviously has, we've mentioned, promise fireworks, and I can't wait to see who comes out on top. Yeah, so we are done with Kenya. We are done with the National Sevens circuit. Now let's go on to what happened in the Rugby Championship. There was a round 2 action, and the Rugby Championship delivered some jaw-dropping moments this past weekend. Monday, the game between South Africa and Australia. The Springboks were expected to bounce back from the previous weekend's shock loss against the Wallabies, and they did that, winning the game 30-22 against the Wallabies in Cape Town. Andre Pollard at fly half, man, a masterclass, pardon my English. 6 kicks from 6, precise control of the game, and tries from Moody, Smith, and Etzebeth. The icing on the cake for the South Africans. Australia, well, they fought, but missed opportunities cost them. What can we say about this game? Classic Springbok discipline and strategies shining through. Kudos to the Springboks, a win that revives their revives their hopes in defending the Rugby Championship. Remember, they are the 2-time world champions, having won the Rugby World Cup in 2019 and 2023. Now, from there, the game between Argentina and New Zealand. Man, what can we say about this game? The Los Pumas toppled the All Blacks 29-23 on home soil for the first time in nearly 50 years of trying. Let that sink in. It wasn't luck. It wasn't a fluke. It was fire. It was great. It was perfect execution. Santiago Carreras, man, that guy had ice in his vein. Sure, with all his penalties. And then Matera bulldozing through. And what can we say? Ruthless from Argentina. A statement win for Argentina. The All Blacks were humbled. A huge shock to the rugby world. History was made, and Test rugby fans will remember this night for years. Finally, let's go back to the Embu Sevens and let's talk about the hits and misses from Embu. And we start with the misses. The misses, not the misses, the misses. Some of the misses included the fact that there was only one pitch. This meant that warm-ups were chaotic. Connectivity issues, which made media updates tough. Pitch conditions caused some injuries, and obviously there was also limited visibility for the Division 2 competition, which was being played at a destination a few kilometers away from the main venue at the Njokiri showground. Some of the hits, well, rugby reached the grassroots. The game went machinani. The after party, as expected, was good. The vendors did well, and the tournament ran efficiently for the first time. For first time host, that's impressive. Embu may have had some teething problems, and truth of the matter is that event management needs refinement, and player welfare also needs to be looked into seriously. Well, that's it for episode 46 of 254 Rugby. The Strathmore Leos are flying high. KCB still lead the chase in the National Sevens Circuit men's competition. Mwamba are unstoppable in the Women's National Sevens Circuit. And the Rugby Championship has reminded us that rugby is never predictable. Next weekend, or next episode for that matter, we will break down the results from the Kabeberi Sevens and more international action. My name is Michael Kwambo. You have been catching up with 254 Rugby. Thank you so much for supporting us, for, always being there for us. And as we come to a close, I'd just like to give a shout out to our partners, our sponsors, La Villa Fitness. And as always, what you can do is like, share, subscribe, share your feedback. We build this thing together. This has been 254 Rugby. Catch you again on episode 47 real soon. I'm out. See you later.